Welcome back to the channel Golden Hyra coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today we are going to take a deep dive into one of the fascinating coins from American history, a coin that many people overlook but collectors know has incredible potential. We are talking about the 1990p Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that has an amazing history, a surprising collector value, and in some cases has sold for big money, even reaching up to $442 in today's market. Now when we hear the word quarter, most of us think of spare change sitting in our pockets, something we casually drop into a vending machine or parking meter. But every now and then, a particular year, mint mark, or condition turns an ordinary 25-cent piece into something truly extraordinary, a hidden gem that can change hands for hundreds of dollars. And the 1990p Liberty Quarter is exactly that kind of coin. Let's start with the basics. The quarter dollar as we know it today features the profile of George Washington, the very first president of the United States, on the obverse side. This design has been around since 1932, created by sculptor John Flanagan to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. For decades, collectors and historians have admired the clean, simple, and powerful image of Washington looking left with the word liberty above his head, the national motto "In God We Trust" right beside him, and the date at the bottom. On the reverse side of the 1990 quarter, we still see the classic American eagle, wings spread wide, perched proudly on a bundle of arrows, with olive branches beneath representing the nation's dedication to both strength and peace. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America and below the denomination quarter dollar. This design carried American symbolism for many years until the state quarters program began in 1999. Now let's talk about that important letter you see on the coin. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most historic and important minting facilities in the United States. Philadelphia has been striking coins since the late 1700s, and by 1990, millions of quarters were produced there. In fact, over 600 million 1990p quarters were minted, which might make you wonder, if so many were made, why are some worth so much money today? The answer lies in condition, rarity of high grades, and errors. While most of these coins circulated heavily and show scratches, wear, and damage from decades of use, a small percentage were preserved in nearly flawless condition. When a coin survives with bright luster, sharp detail, and no visible marks, it becomes incredibly valuable to collectors. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC rate coins on a 70-point scale, and if your 1990p Liberty Quarter is found in mint state 65 or higher, it can easily sell for significant money. Now here is where it gets exciting. While the face value of this coin is just 25 cents, high-grade examples have been recorded in auctions and private sales reaching up to $442. That is more than 1,700 times its original value. Imagine digging through your change, finding a shiny 1990p quarter that looks untouched, and realizing you are holding a coin worth hundreds of dollars. That is why collectors hunt these coins so passionately. But condition is not the only factor. Error coins add another fascinating layer to the story. Sometimes during the minting process, mistakes happen. A double die error, an off-center strike, a clipped planchet, or even a coin struck on the wrong metal planchet can increase the value dramatically. Collectors love these unusual pieces because they are rare, eye-catching, and tell a unique story about the production process at the mint. If you come across a 1990p Liberty Quarter with such an error, you could be looking at a coin far more valuable than $400, in some cases reaching into the thousands depending on the rarity and demand. Let's also not forget the historical context of this coin. The year 1990 was a moment of transition in the United States. The country was moving toward a new decade filled with technological change, global shifts, and cultural milestones. The quarter from that year carries with it a piece of that era, a tangible connection to history. Collectors often appreciate not only the metal and design, but also the moment in time that a coin represents. Holding a 1990p Liberty Quarter is like holding a small piece of American history in your hand. Now, how do you know if your coin is valuable? The first step is to check the mint mark, making sure you have the Philadelphia P issue. Then look at the condition under good lighting. Does the coin still have its original shine? Are the details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers crisp and sharp? If so, your coin could be worth sending to a grading service. And remember, uncirculated or proof-like examples command the highest premiums. Another key point is demand. Coin values are not just about rarity, they are also about what collectors are willing to pay. The market for quarters has been strong in recent years, with many enthusiasts building sets by year and mint mark. That demand helps push up the value of coins like the 1990p Liberty Quarter, especially in the upper grades. So the next time you are sorting through change, cleaning out an old drawer, or inheriting a collection from a relative, keep an eye out for the 1990p quarter. It may look like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but under the right conditions, it can be worth $442 or more. And who knows, you might even come across a rare error that pushes the value much higher. In conclusion, the 1990p Liberty Quarter dollar is more than just a coin. It is a blend of artistry, history, and hidden value waiting to be discovered. From the classic design of Washington and the proud eagle, to the fascinating errors and high-grade examples that collectors dream of, this coin proves that treasures can be found in the most ordinary places. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and its potential worth, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. There are so many incredible stories behind the coins we use every day, and together we will continue to uncover them one by one. Would you like me to also make this script in a YouTube storytelling style with more dramatic pauses, excitement, and direct viewer engagement, so it feels more like a coin treasure hunting adventure rather than a history lesson? Today, we are diving deep into an incredible coin that many people overlook, yet it holds a rich story, fascinating history, and in some cases, can be worth a lot more than its face value. I am talking about the 1981p Liberty Quarter dollar, a coin that might just be sitting in your collection, tucked away in an old coin jar, or even hiding in plain sight in your everyday change. And here's the exciting part: certain rare examples of this coin have been valued in today's market at an astonishing $442. Yes, that's right, a quarter worth hundreds of dollars. Let's take a journey back to 1981. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions upon millions of quarters that year. On the obverse, or front side, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, America's first president, a design that has been used on the quarter since 1932. This classic image was originally created by sculptor John Flanagan and has become one of the most recognizable coin designs in U.S. history. Above Washington's head, the word Liberty stands proudly, a reminder of the principles on which the United States was founded. Beneath his portrait, you will find the mint mark letter P, which tells us this particular coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The date 1981 also stands out, giving us a clear mark of its production year. On the reverse side of this coin, we see a powerful image of the American bald eagle, wings outstretched, perched on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches, symbolizing America's readiness for defense but also its desire for peace. This design has deep patriotic meaning, and for decades it was the face of the quarter before new statehood and national park series came into play. The details on this eagle, when preserved in high-grade condition, can truly shine and make the coin stand out to collectors. Now you might ask, if millions of these quarters were minted, what makes some of them worth hundreds of dollars today? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and sometimes fascinating minting errors. Most 1981p quarters you find in circulation are only worth their face value, 25 cents. However, if you happen to have a coin that was never widely circulated, one that has been preserved in pristine condition, with no scratches or wear and tear, it can grade extremely high on the professional coin grading scale. A coin that achieves a grade of mint state 65 or higher can command serious premiums at auction. And this is where the value skyrockets. Collectors today are willing to pay hundreds of dollars for examples that are in perfect or near perfect condition. In fact, there are reports of 1981p Liberty quarters in top-graded condition selling for up to $442 in the open market. That is almost 1,800 times its original face value. Imagine holding something that most people think is only a simple piece of pocket change, but in reality, it's a hidden treasure worth hundreds. That's what makes coin collecting such an exciting and rewarding hobby. But condition is not the only factor. Another reason why some of these coins are so valuable is due to minting errors. The process of striking millions of coins is not always perfect. Sometimes coins come out with doubling on the letters, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or even planchet errors where the coin blank itself was flawed. These types of errors create unique varieties that collectors hunt for relentlessly. And since each error coin is different, the rarity factor goes way up, driving demand and prices higher. So, if you are wondering whether you might own one of these valuable Liberty quarters from 1981, the first step is to carefully check the condition of your coin. Look closely at Washington's portrait, examine the word Liberty, check the date, and inspect the eagle on the back. If the details are crisp, with no obvious wear, and the coin has a bright luster, you might be holding on to something special. If you see unusual markings, doubling, or strange flaws, that could also mean you have a rare error coin in your hand. The next step is to have the coin evaluated by a professional grading service. Grading companies such as PCGS and NGC specialize in certifying coins and giving them an official grade, which dramatically affects their value in the marketplace. Once a coin is graded, collectors know exactly what they are bidding on, and that's when you can truly see those record prices of hundreds of dollars being reached. Now, let's talk about the coin market today. Interest in US coins has been growing steadily, and collectors from all over the world are searching for these hidden gems. The 1981 P Liberty Quarter, though common at first glance, has become a coin to watch out for because of the surprising auction results it has produced. With the current market value of some examples reaching $442, it's proof that even modern-era coins can be worth a fortune if the right conditions are met. Think about it this way. Every coin tells a story. The 1981 P Liberty Quarter tells the story of a nation in the early 1980s, still rooted in its traditions, still proudly displaying the bald eagle as a symbol of strength and freedom, and still producing coins that, decades later, can turn into treasures for lucky collectors. So the next time you come across a 1981 P quarter dollar, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. That simple coin might be worth far more than you ever imagined. And remember, coin collecting is not just about money, it's about history, artistry, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary in the most ordinary places. If you enjoyed learning about the 1981 P Liberty Quarter and its surprising value, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. We will continue to explore the coins you might already have in your home that could be worth big money. Who knows, the next hidden treasure might be right in your pocket. Would you like me to also create a shorter version of this script for quick YouTube Shorts or TikTok-style videos so you can use both formats?